It's raining cats and dogs outside, and my passenger window will not roll up. We're going to show you how to do this quick, easy, and no cost. Having your passenger wet is fine at night when you're trying to make babies, but not so good when they're in the passenger seat. My name's Clay with YouTube The Clay Way here in Grand Rapids, Western Muskegon, Michigan. And I make exceptional Sprinter videos. This video is on a Sprinter, but you can do this on any vehicle. Don't forget that if anyone else can do it, you can do it too. That, I promise you. There are 4 components to most window function on any door. The window switch, the window motor regulator, the window motor, and the window control module. Now, the window switch and the window control module could be integrated into one. Nowadays, they're separated. The window motor regulator can be a scissor style or a cable-driven style. And if the cable is broken, you're going to need to pull the cable so it raises the window up and then lock it somehow until you can get a replacement part. Most of the time, it's not any of that stuff. It's a control module problem. Or there is not power being sent from the control module to the motor. It can be something as simple as a blown fuse, but more than likely not, because power goes through your door into your control module, and it's not generally fuse related because there's really no fuses for it on most modern vehicles nowadays. So we're going to disconnect that motor at the control module and get it to go up. In my videos, I not only show you how to do things, but I explain to you why. Knowing how to do things is great. When you understand how things work and why they're working the way they are, it's going to lead you to not having people like me taking a ton of money out of your prison purse. One of these window control modules that controls your mirrors, your lane signal zones, blah, 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 a bunch of BS. They are simple to get the window motor to go up. We're going to fix the problem, but we need to get the window up first like I did already here. So we're going to reach down and we're going to unplug this. And how do we know where to go? Well, we just looked down here in the door and we looked for these thicker cable wires and we figured out where they ran. It is important to unplug them from this module. You don't want to try to run power through the door or through the switch. You need to unplug it from this module because the switch goes down to this module and then goes to this, and there's probably something wrong with this module. Now, probably at this moment, you're like, how the hell did you get that stinking door panel off? Or, as it's known in the British land, door card. Maybe you're not working on a Sprinter like me, but just Google whatever make and model you're working on, and then that'll show you how to get the door card off. This video will take care of the rest. That's exactly what I did for this Sprinter. Well, here's the thing. There's a guy named Moonrakers Designs who made a video that I watched, and I'm going to share that video down in the description below. He did a 4-minute video on taking this off, and it really was super simple, and I think he did such an excellent job. You guys should go over there and subscribe to him while you're there, or while you're here, I guess. Consider subscribing to me too. Giving me one of them kick-ass super thanks, hitting those sweet thumbs up, or leaving a crappy comment down below about how I run my mouth too much. Now, if you don't already know, the Power Probe is a very powerful tool. It simply connects to your car battery, positive and negative. What it has is it has a tip on here that you can touch to wires and stuff like that. And then it has a rocker that allows you to feed positive power or negative power. When you touch on a circuit that's positive, like that, it's going to light up bright. When you touch on a circuit that's negative, it's green. You can even use it to check fuses for power and ground. Then you can use it to check the fuse to make sure it's actually not blown without pulling it out. With all fuses in cars, if the key's not turned on, they're going to show ground. When the key is turned on, they're going to show you positive on both sides if that component is activated. So let's say you're going to check a headlight fuse. If the headlight switch is off, it's going to show the green, which is the ground. If the headlight switch is on, it's going to show red on both sides. When something's turned off, generally that fuse is going to have a ground on both sides of the fuses. And fuses only blow when 12 volts or positive voltage is flowing through them. Also has a cord that hangs off of it. That is always a ground. Now, all 12 volt motors, or just about everything on your vehicle, is always going to be 12 volt direct current, which means it's different than your alternating current that you have at your home. We're going to feed power directly into this motor. Now, there's two reasons that we're going to do that. One, because positive may make it roll down. Positive may make it roll up. I just want to point out that wherever you put this ground at, just put the power on the other side. One way it'll go one way it'll go the other way when you reverse the wires around. I'm using a paper clip here to probe into these so I don't destroy these connectors and these wires. They fit in there functionally. You don't have to worry about electrocuting yourself. You don't really have to worry because we're going directly to the motor. We're not going through any of the electronics that we're going to destroy anything. So even if you put reverse polarity or you touched your wires together, the power probe has a breaker on the side of there that won't mess anything up. So for this procedure, I took my alligator clip, clipped it to my paper clip, and then I'll stick another paper clip in this other side and touch it with my tip. Just the tip to see how it feels. And if this sounds fun to you, I'll touch it to my real tip for a certain amount of dollars, because all of us technicians or mechanics are kind of like hoes. We do stuff for money. So I would do that to prove that it won't shock you. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do that. Anyway, back with the video. Now I'm going to directly send power to this door motor to roll this window up. Using a power probe, you're going to find a link in the description. No, they didn't pay me for this, but I do make a couple pennies if you buy one from my links. So I'm going to first put my ground inside my positive side. I think that's the up direction. The electric motor in the door is solid state, so you don't have to worry if you go the wrong way the first time. It doesn't have resistors or diodes inside it, so nothing really computerized to foul anything up. It either works or it doesn't. And if it doesn't go up, it's because the motor's fried. Then I get a green light, which signals that I have current going through my motor. And then I put power to the ground and it rolls it up. Now, if you want to roll it down, I'm just using a paper clip right here. You can do the exact opposite. Just make sure you don't send power to the ground, obviously. This is not one of those times the two tips should touch when you're supplying power to something. Is he making a dad joke right now? And I can't tell if he's straight or gay? I really need to know when he's joking and serious. So don't touch the positive and negative together because it's going to heat up and spark. I was taking too long and running my mouth as I rolled this up and down and switched this power probe around, so I just voiced over this part. This procedure of rolling a window up and down works on any automobile. They're all 12 volt motors. You just have to have direct access to take power and send it directly to the electric motor. Sending power from here, which could be one of your problems, sending it from here goes through here and it's not going to work. So you have to have that direct power going directly into the motor. You do not want to go through any circuitry. That's why it's so necessary to remove the door card to do this particular style. Several times in my life, I've seen a misdiagnosis of like a window switch when it was actually the door jamb wires are broken because the door opens and closes so many times. Mostly this affects the driver's side and will make the driver's side stop working, but on some vehicles and some systems, the power comes from the driver's side to the passenger side. So when it breaks inside the accordion that opens and closes hundreds of thousands of times, it can cause a problem. If you don't have a high-level scanner, you can't check these things. What you want to check is the wires in the door first, because generally that door opening and closing breaks them wires inside that accordion. Now you can take it apart properly, or you can cut it with a knife and then wrap it up with electrical tape. I've done that in the past before. Once you get it off of there, you just give the wires a little bit of tug, and not real hard, not trying to pull them out, but if they pull out, then they're broken, because sometimes they'll be broken on this side or on this side. Let's say you don't have a power probe and you need to get it up right away. Just go watch a porno. No, I'm just kidding. Just use the speaker wire to run from your battery up to that window harness. In another video, I'm going to show you how to diagnose this problem, but right now I don't have time. I just wanted to get it done. I think since I'm here, it's worth mentioning that if you removed this electrical connector right here and you were to supply power to a switch and completely bypassing that expensive component, maybe the switch on the door, if you supplied actual power to it, something that reversed polarity like a switch or something like that, or you just manually switch it, you could bypass this door control module. Would need to be a switch that's specifically designed for that type of function and work this electric motor up and down. I personally would attempt that if it was my own vehicle, but one thing that I need to point out is you need to use large gauge wires, because this motor pulls a lot of amperage, much like your blower motor down there, and you use a three-way toggle switch to make it work. You would, as you move that switch, it would move this up and down. That's the cheapy Von hacky cheapy way. I don't recommend doing that. I'm not going to do that. That's what I consider urban engineering, but I'll figure out what's wrong with it. It could be the accordion. There could be wires broken inside here. It could be your SAM module, which sends the signal here, power from there over to here. But since it goes down and won't go up most of the time, I assume it's this right here. But we're going to do that in a future video. I just thought I would tell you, hey, some of us, we just got to stay on the road. We got to keep people like me out of our prison purse. So, you know, if you wanted to do some hacky Von Hackenstein stuff, you certainly could. Dang, is it me, or was that video pretty good? I hope you enjoyed it like I know you should. My name's Clay with YouTube The Clay Way here in Grand Rapids, Western Muskegon, Michigan. If you've got a question for me and it's not baby mama drama related, you can hit me up on Clay's AC and Auto Repair over the Facebook Messenger. I will answer your questions for absolutely free as long as I have the ability to do it. Right now I'm answering like 50 a week. That's not too bad. It doesn't take as much time, and I can do a lot of things over text messaging. Hey, these Sprinter vans are one of my specialties. I do have many specialties, but I make some exceptional products for these and exceptional videos, as I've already said. Let me know if you disagree with me down there in the comments below and how crappy I am. That doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me a bit. But I've just recently made a delete pipe for the exhaust. I make bolts that fix stripped out injector hold down bolts. That's a job to fix them. I make intake deletes. I do that here. It's very proprietary to me and my channel. I do all sorts of things that you won't see anywhere else. Not normally wiki videos like this one, but you know, it is what it is. Remember, don't be the next to them, be the first of you. And for God's sakes, if anyone else can do it, you can frickin' do it too. God bless, folks. Have the greatest of days.